Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I'd like to thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to be doing a review on a Sutliff product. I'm going to do my reviews on a scale from 1 to 5 on burnability or smokeability, also room note, overall flavor. Tonight is going to be Molto Dolce. And this is indeed an aromatic. It is 10 note, rich and creamy texture of vanilla, caramel, and honey. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about this product. This is fire cured. And it is a ribbon cut. And it is black Cavendish. It has a mild, very mild strength to it. It has a very mild flavor, although it is sweet. As an aromatic smoker, this is definitely one of the sweeter ones. And that doesn't mean bad. It does have a mild to a medium taste, as I said, but the room note on this is fantastic. Now, on room note, this has to be a 5-star. It is very pleasant to be around. It's great. It doesn't offend anyone. They even like the smell of it. It smells absolutely delicious. It has a very rich, creamy vanilla and caramel type of room note. It's absolutely fantastic room note. So definitely a 5 on that. Now, burnability, I would like to say that it's a little difficult to kind of keep it lit at first, to get it going well. Only because, and I'll show you this, out of the tin, it's very wet, and it does have a somewhat oily feel to it. Now, this particular tin has been open for a number of months, actually, probably about 3 months altogether. I have smoked numerous bowls of this over the past few months, and even though it's been open that long, it is still very moist. Normally, I would say take a bowl full, if you will, and put it on a paper plate or something and let it sit out for about 20-30 minutes before you load it up. You won't be disappointed in it, I assure you. But it does take a little bit of drying time normally. This has been open, like I said, for a number of months. So I will say that upon lighting, it does sizzle and pop, but don't let that put you off any. In general, once you get it lit well, it usually burns all the way through the bowl into a nice white ash. No dottle at the bottom. It usually burns all the way through. As far as the actual taste, to me, it is sweet, but not overly sweet. It's not powerfully sweet. Now, I am a predominantly aromatic smoker, so I'm used to sweet tobaccos. So, when I say it's not sweet, to others who are not necessarily an aromatic smoker, it will probably be pretty sweet to you. But it's not off-putting. It's definitely an enjoyable smoke. It's an excellent smoke for after dinner especially. Instead of reaching for dessert, reach for the Molto Dolce. You won't regret it. It's really a delicious smoke. Now, as far as tongue bite goes, if you take your time with an aromatic, in general, you won't get tongue bite. As far as it burning hot, most of the time in an aromatic, you want to smoke it in a thicker walled bowl. That prevents a lot of the hotness, the heat. The longer stem also will keep you from getting any tongue bite, generally in an aromatic. Now, I've been smoking this particular bowl for about 20 minutes. I've not gotten a tongue bite yet. I've not had that experience with it, smoking it this time. I would suggest that you don't drink a carbonated beverage with it, because that does tend to give you tongue bite. Now, as far as the tobacco itself, it is a ribbon cut. And as I said, it is very moist out of the tin. Just let it air dry for a little bit and try it. And it is somewhat sticky. The tin note, even though this has been open for a while, is still very strong. It is very sweet. There's no tobacco smell to it whatsoever. It's very, to me, a vanilla, caramel, definitely the honey. You can smell all of those things in it, but there's a little bit of an underlying note to me, and I've heard some people describe it as a cherry. It doesn't smell so much a cherry to me. It smells more like maybe a plum or something. It's just very subtle though, plumish, raisinish type of thing. It's not along the citrus at all, and to me not along the berry line at all. It's a very, very nice tin note. It smells like you could just take a spoon and eat it, pretty much. The room note makes you want to go and have a piece of cake, or ice cream, caramel ice cream, or something. After smoking this for about 20 minutes, there is a white ash, nice white ash. It's once I got it started, it was going fairly well, but as you start talking, this tends to go out, as do most tobaccos. So overall, I enjoy this. As far as an everyday smoke, it's not for me, an everyday smoke. But I could see smoking it, 2 or 3 times a week easy, and especially after a meal would be great. Maybe even in the mornings, because it's just so nice and mild and sweet. It's just very good. With a cup of coffee, it'd be excellent. So overall, I'm going to say the room note is definitely a 5. Then I'm going to say probably about a 3.5 for taste. It's just very mild and very sweet, and a little creamy, but there's not really a distinctive flavor to it to me, other than a little vanilla. So I'm going to say, flavor-wise, about a 3.5. And smokability, once you get it going, it's really good. It does really well. So I'm going to say a 4 on the smokability. So overall, we're looking at about a 4.25 rating, which is high, which is really high. I wouldn't normally rate one quite that high, but this was really a nice smoke, and I would have to say that it's definitely wife approved. For all you guys out there that have trouble with your spouses not liking the smell of your tobaccos, and even your children not liking them, this Molto Dolce would change their mind. But anyway, so that's my review. I hope it helps. I'll be posting other videos on other Sutliff products in the near future. So I hope you guys stay tuned, and we'll catch you then. Cheers.